Hey there, everybody. It's Kate Beaters, your breakthrough success expert, and I'm here today to answer some burning questions that people have about tapping. I've been asked about it, well over a decade. I remember first doing tapping in Boston, and no one really even knew what it was, and their heads would start spinning around when I'd start talking about it. I wanted to just share some of the more common questions I get asked about it so you'll have a better understanding of it. And this will help you whether you've never tried it before, or maybe you have tried it but weren't really sure how to use it, and how to use it to help you have a better, happier, more abundant, successful life. The first question I always get asked a lot is real like, what is tapping? And I want to tell you, first of all, you can go to katebeaters.com/tapping. And I've got all sorts of information there about the history of tapping, how it works, the different areas in your life that it can help you with, and all sorts of things. So please check that out. It's katebeaters.com/tapping. So tapping really and simply is this really, really powerful mindset technique that just gets phenomenal results. And me being somebody who is super results oriented, I'm a bit of a type A, bit of an overachiever, that I want to be aligned with the best techniques there are out there. I just fell in love with this technique when I saw how dramatically it changed my life, and seeing how it's changing other people's lives in the world. I just invested, tens of thousands of dollars just getting really highly trained and certified in it. I could then in turn help more people with this, and it's just really phenomenal. I also love the fact that it's a very graceful and gentle technique. It isn't like throwing somebody who's got a fear of water into the deep end and seeing either they sink or swim. It's more gentle, and I just love how that is, that people just feel so much different and so much lighter and happier, more confident and powerful, etc. With when they've experienced really great tapping. So what tapping is doing is it's shifting your mindset. And mindset is a word, a phrase that gets tossed around a lot, and just what it means in the tapping world is it really helps you shift a couple of things. It helps you shift your limiting beliefs, and limiting beliefs are how you see yourself in relationship to the outside world. So this could be things like, no one in my country does this, no one in my company does this, no one in my industry does this, men don't, women don't. It also could be those old expressions like rich people are evil, all that kind of stuff, things that you've been taught, over the years, and you take them for truth. And so it's kind of how you are in relationship to those beliefs. Your core beliefs are how you view yourself. Things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not creative enough, I'm not techie enough, whatever it is that you tell yourself about yourself, and it limits your success. Because if you have a belief that, for example, you're not athletic, then you're not going to go out and try something that's athletic, because you're going to think you don't want to look stupid, so you won't do it. So whatever it might be, you stop yourself from that. And the other really big area that tapping helps with is your old stories that you've been carrying around. And truthfully, I could talk about this for hours and hours. Most people don't even realize or aware of the old stories that they are carrying around and how much they've impacted them. It could be something as simple as you flew through an airport, like through Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, and you missed your connection because the flight was delayed, and for the rest of your whole entire life you'll never fly through that airport again, because you still remember, just as if it was yesterday, getting stuck in that airport. Another way it can limit your success is, let's say in second grade, you had a part in a play, you forgot your lines, everyone laughed at you, you felt really stupid, you went home crying, nobody likes me, I'm stupid, all those kinds of things you started telling yourself. And as a result, as you got older and grew up and went into the professional world, maybe you hesitate, making a presentation at work. Maybe you're afraid to ask for things. You definitely don't want to do anything where there's any kind of speaking involved, or sales conversations, or anything at all like that, because you don't want to look stupid. Okay, because again, that memory is still there, even though it could be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever years ago, it's there. And so with stories, what happens is these things keep stacking on and stacking on and stacking on, and it becomes a very, very powerful block that holds you back from having more success in your life. So what tapping is doing in a very gentle manner is helping you release, clear out, and shift your blocks and beliefs about these different things, to shift them into more positive ones. So instead of coming from a place of victim mode, you're coming from a place of power. Instead of being a place of scarcity, you're in a place of power and abundance. That's a good thing, right? Because everything's energy, and how you feel is what you're going to attract back into your life. Again, you can learn to tap. You can go to katebeaters.com/tapping, and I show you how to tap and all that kind of stuff. It's a very, very cool technique. Another big question I get asked a lot is, can I just tap on my own? Well, the thing is, sure you can. I tap on my own. A lot of people tap on their own. Here's the thing though, whether you're tapping from a video, like, and I do videos, so I certainly want to encourage you to watch my videos, or you're tapping from somebody's app, whatever, that stuff's all great. However, here's the thing, it's going to start shifting things. It's not going to clear it out. And that's where the real results happen. That's where the breakthrough happens. Okay? So what that means is that I'll give you a great example of something that happened to a client of mine. On his own, he was tapping every Saturday because that's when he would pay his bills. He hated paying bills, so he would tap so he could just get through it, then spend the next whatever half hour or whatever paying his bills and then go on with his day. Well, then the next Saturday he'd tap again because he'd have to, because he'd get so anxious about paying bills, and then he'd pay his bills. And so he was doing this over and over again. That was his routine. Tap, pay his bills, tap, pay his bills, tap, pay his bills. So he came to me because he was just finally getting sick and tired of it. So what I was able to do is really dig down deep and find out, like, so what's going on here? What's causing him the stress, the frustration, all the the negative emotions around paying his bills? Help tap that out, clear it out. So then he was able to just on a Saturday go pay his bills like it was no big deal. It was it had the same impact on him then as like washing a dish or tying his shoes or whatever. It just didn't mean anything to him anymore. It did not have the same impact, the same negative emotions. And that's what I want for you, because again, tapping your own is great. And in fact, when I work with my clients, I always give them, if they want it, I give them tapping homework, because it just helps them to start shifting it. Ultimately, what you want to do is get the roots pulled out so you can move forward and not have that be, any type of obstacle for you again. Now, the last question I get asked a lot is, people know that I combine in my coaching or in my teachings or in my presentations, I combine both strategy and mindset. So I'm teaching how to do something, because I'm a strategist, how to make something happen, but I'm also pulling in the mindset, the tapping piece. And so people wonder, so how does that work? So the way it works is that I may be able to tell you exactly what you need to do to go from point A to point C or D or E or X or Z, whatever. What'll happen quite often is that that's when the fears and doubts will pop up. So by us combining the two together, I'm able to help you to start to release and reduce those blocks, those emotional blocks that are going to hold you back from having the confidence to taking the action successfully. So the way it worked with one of my clients is that, and this is a favorite story I love to share because it's just such a great demonstration of it, is that she needed to increase her income dramatically. She happened to be an entrepreneur. They were expecting twins, and she was trying to figure out, so, in a few months, like, how is this thing going to happen? So strategically, I helped her put together some programs so she was able to have an income stream coming in to bring her that income level she needed. And that was all great. But then I kind of looked at her and I said, okay, so what's going on here? And she said, Kate, like, nobody in my industry would ever charge this much, right? So that was kind of popping up for her. We did some tapping on that to help her clear that out, because if anyone has this belief that, it's a limiting belief that nobody in their industry or nobody in their company or country or whatever can do it, then you're not going to feel like you can do it either, right? It's like they said about the 3-minute mile, that until one person actually broke that record, then other people started doing it, but nobody believed it was possible. So once she believed it was possible, that put her more into a place of power. So then you think, okay, it's settled, but it wasn't. Then she had a core belief pop up. And that was, what if my clients get mad at me, right? Because whenever you ask for something, you're asking for an increase in payment, you raise your rates, you're asking for a promotion or increase in salary. There's always the worry and fear, like, what if they say no, if they get mad? So then we did some tapping on that to help her start to release that. At the end of all this, she really was in a huge place of power and felt really good about being able to do it. And she did do it. And in fact, she dramatically increased her income. She made well over six figures, which was, I don't know, either tripling her income or something. It was very, very dramatic from what she did. That's how the two really work together, because I really believe you need them both. Strategy is great. Mindset works great. Mindset's at least 90-95% of your success, so you got to have them both together. You got to take action, and you got to have the right beliefs to be successful. So you may have more questions. I hope I answered your big ones, and if you are interested in learning more and would like to try coaching with me, please reach out to my team, info@katebeaters.com. That's info@katebeaters.com, because I'd love to be able to help you accelerate your success and tap into your brilliance. Until we meet again, be brilliant.